Bluff City Media presents Tigers Live with Francis Carlotta. Join Francis after every Memphis Tiger game as he breaks down each matchup, player of the game, and upcoming games. Now, let's get to the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tigers Live. I'm your host, Francis Carlotta, joined by Kenny Stubblefield. Coming at y'all after the Memphis Tigers somehow lose 69-68 against Wake Forest. Oh boy. Boy.
I have a question for you. Are we going like professional mode tonight? Or are we going going live green room conversation between the two of us type of energy tonight? What are we doing here?
Man, I don't know. I don't know, Kenny. Honestly, man, it's hard for me to figure out my emotions right now. You know, that's the reality of doing a live post-game show after games like this. You know, the wins feel amazing, and then a loss like that feels absolutely gut-punching.
A gut punch. Yeah,
let's be abundantly clear. Memphis should not have lost that game. They shouldn't have lost that game. We're definitely going to get into it. I see Roman's joined the show. How you doing, Roman?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Absolutely flabbergasted. That's how
I think that's the word. Like that, processing the game. We haven't processed the game yet, but just kind of flabbergasted that we're looking up and we got a loss on that one, right?
I mean,
it's shocking. Memphis controlled that entire game. I feel like they were the better basketball team for 39 minutes and 0.99 seconds. 39 minutes and 59 seconds. Right?
Yeah,
59.99.
I was on the stream earlier about like a minute left in the game. Me and Kenny were on, and I'm telling him, dude, Doug missed the free throw. Missed the free throw. Wake Forest does not have a timeout, Doug. They don't have a timeout. There's 1.5 seconds left. Even if you're up by one, all they're going to do is fire up a three anyway. Miss the free throw. Don't let them run a set play for any reason. And we know that craziness happens in sports, not just basketball, not football, in sports. Absolutely crazy things happen. So what was the best way to eliminate the craziness from happening? Miss the damn free throw. Miss it. Just miss it.
It's not even okay. We can put that on Doug, but then I'm also like, Penny, you're a freaking point guard. What are you doing? Did you tell him to miss it? Like, are you telling him miss it? Miss it?
Probably not. I mean, and then Zach Davis should not have tried to put that shot up in the first place. He good that he got the rebound, but that's poor IQ. Don't force that shot up. Don't do that. Memphis should have won this game, 1,000,000%. But I also think Memphis lost this game. Wake Forest didn't win this game. Credit to them for that shot. Incredible shot. Memphis lost this game, straight up. They were in total control, as you said, Roman. And Memphis just lost this game. And it's incredibly frustrating. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Francis.
Yeah, I mean,
Wake Forest. Hold on, Roman. Wake Forest, that was a great shot. But they ran that same play the game before.
Same play.
It's the same play.
It's the same play.
It's the same play. Like, what are we doing here? Like, how do you not see? Like, how do you not know? Oh, wait a second. This is how they're lining up. We just saw them run this less than 16 hours ago. Jesus Christ, man. What the hell? Sorry, Roman. Go ahead.
This game, from Memphis' standpoint, completely comes down to, as you guys have alluded to, just the complete lack of execution in the final seconds. Is again, like this was one that they arguably had to have in many ways. It's another game where it's an opportunity, just like the Ole Miss game was an opportunity. And this one, obviously, even more so. Because Wake Forest, I don't know how much it would hold, but that they're 47th in KenPom right now. That currently equals a quad one win on a neutral floor, a win that a Memphis team, in as rough of a spot as they are, need in the absolute worst way. And even beyond that stuff, they've now lost 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Just from a general vibe standpoint, it's even more devastating in that way. The only real good news is that, in theory, for Memphis, you have an opportunity to get right over these next 2 with Southern Illinois and New Orleans. But after that, it's right back to the gauntlet. And in a stretch that, you don't have to play back-to-back games in an auditorium, but you're playing hard opponent after hard opponent, 2 of those being on the road at Louisville and Mississippi State. We are right back in the scenario where, you probably feel better about this team than you did after UNLV, based off of the fight and the effort that they showed throughout this Baha Mar Tournament. But the result at the end still remains all the same. They're still 1-4. They're still in a position where their backs are against the wall. And you're just thinking that maybe success in the non-conference is not going to be possible. Because, Wake Forest is worse than Louisville. It's worse than Mississippi State. It's worse than Vanderbilt. It's worse than Baylor. If you can't finish against a Wake Forest team that prior to this game had not even beaten a non-bye opponent, what hope is there?
Into the
very, very, very poor late game execution in the game that Memphis arguably had to win and absolutely should have won.
I mean, frustrating part is the late game execution. Memphis. Let me just try and pull up the play-by-play so I can let my emotions calm down and I can look at actually what happened straight up, straight down. So Memphis is up 6 with 151 in the game. And then after that, Zach Davis make layup. Then it's a Trayvon Spillers jumper that was just way too easy. And weird offensive possession, and Ashton Hardaway missed 3. And then again, Memphis does not get back in transition. It's literally a Wake Forest rebound, and they just run down the floor and they lay it up. And it's all of a sudden a 2-point game with 42 seconds left. So not only is it a 2-point game, the bucket happens so quickly that they still have the shot clock that Memphis has to deal with. Wake Forest could theoretically just play really good defense, get the ball back, and they have a chance to win the game at the end. Memphis didn't even play defense to let the force clock to actually run out. Thankfully, not even thankfully, Zach Davis shoots that contested 3. He gets the rebound, and that's when it just goes downhill. I don't understand why he tries to force up a shot at that moment. I recognize that in the heat of the game, everything happens so fast. I fully recognize that, but you just have to be smarter in that moment.
This is Division 1. This is Division 1 basketball. Have to be smarter. Man. I get the heat of the moment. I get all that. But brother, you have to be smarter than that. You have to have a game idea, like an idea, right? Like of what's going on out there in the heat of the moment, right? Like I refuse to use like in the heat of the moment as an excuse for, and I'm not saying you are, but as an excuse for, man, you just got the rebound. I just wanted to go up. Exactly. Like, bro, you got to think through these things, man. Like that should have been mapped out. Like that whole entire possession, holding the ball, Zach Davis holding the ball for 20 seconds of that shot clock. And then just literally the first pass is just a side pass to the outlet to Doug, where it's literally just him trying to break the defense down again. It's like, what have you been doing this entire last 20 seconds? It felt so out of whack and out of sync. Like it just wasn't even game planned or prepared.
And it's not just the fact that Davis put up the shot. It's then he commits a foul, and then Wake Forest just goes to the line. They hit their 2 free throws, tie ball game.
They called that foul on Ashton Hardaway, though.
Oh, I don't. Sorry. Oh, yeah, it's on Ashton. Well, okay, whatever. Still, a foul happened.
Still a foul.
And
yeah.
Foul shouldn't have happened in that moment in time, regardless. And good on Doug for getting aggressive. At least forcing, getting to the rim, getting the foul call, hitting the 2 free throws. Good on Doug. But holy shit! Holy shit! That was just awful late game management. Doug should not have made that second free throw. He should have missed it. And anyone watching the game, anyone with a basketball IQ knows that he should have missed that free throw. Wake Forest does not have a timeout. There's 1.5 seconds left. Just missed the free throw, forcing Wake Forest to literally heave it from full court instead of allowing Wake Forest to run a set play and win the game. Good on Miles Colvin hitting the 3. Good on him, but that's just awful. That's awful basketball IQ. Awful.
Do you think that would you have in that position, would you have taken everybody off the free throw line?
Oh, 100%.
Like Doug missed 100%. The second free throw, taking everybody back to half court and just said, hey man, like let them try to get the ball past us, right? Like almost like a prevent defense, if you will, in football.
Force them to shoot a shot behind half court. And that's what would have happened if Doug had missed that free throw. Because there's 1.5 seconds left. Wait, they cannot take that many dribbles to get past half court or make a pass to someone who's past half. There's not enough time. But there is enough time for Wake Forest to run a set play that allowed them to get the shot off, and they win the game. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Because what frustrates me about it the most is that they played this. We're going to look back at the end of this season at the Baha Mar Tournament and be like, yeah, they went 0-2 and that sucked. But brother, they came out, they played these 2 games. If you had told me that they would have, coming out of that Ole Miss and UNLV loss, that they would have come and performed the way that they did in the Bahamas against the number 1 ranked Purdue team and a Wake Forest team that literally took the number 13 team to the wire yesterday, and they would have been in the lead for the majority of the Wake Forest game and right with Purdue fighting the whole entire time. I would like a 1-1 record coming out with the way that they played both of those games. I think the entire narrative about this team would have changed. But it was that stupid late game execution that now we're walking away going, well, damn, dude, this team, like, what is this team? Like, who are they? Like,
it's a poor group. That's what it is. It's a poor group. It's a group that, sure, they probably have more fight than what they showed against UNLV. They probably have more talent than what they showed against a team like Ole Miss, where they just fell behind in the scoring down the stretch there. But they just don't have ultimately the winning experience and the execution to really make the difference. Penny said it best, I think, after the Purdue game last night. There are no moral victories, and that certainly applies here. 1-4 is about as disastrous of a start as you could have probably imagined for this team.
And I'm going to honestly, we're going to get this part, I think, for me, is going to get a lot of hate in the comments. I'm almost positive. But once again, we have to do this caveat of we love Penny, but I think, like, legitimately fell asleep at the wheel tonight coaching this game at the end of the game. Like, this is when you needed him. This is when you needed him to take They left that game with 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
With 2 timeouts.
I was just about to say that.
They left that game with 2 timeouts that could have been used to coach, to get the guys in a situation outside. Like, hey, I know we're in the heat of the battle right now. Let's bring it over here and let's talk this out. Let's game plan what these final 3-4 possessions are going to be. And once you start to see them kind of fall apart, timeout, come over here, reset, let's go. Right? Like,
yeah, I mean, especially after Doug makes the first free throw, that should have been a timeout from Penny Hardaway to make sure everybody was on the same page about what is about to happen.
About missing the shot and getting back.
yes, missing the shot, obviously we think you should have missed it. But even if Penny tells like, hey, Doug, just go ahead and make the shot. Now, when you make the shot, we're going to defend their play like this. They're going to run this, and they're going to they should know. They should have known what Wake Forest was going to do in that moment. It doesn't take a basketball savant to know that there's 1.5 seconds left. The best play to run for a full court play like that is throw it to a big and
pass
come off the screen and then pass to the guy who's going to come off. It's essentially a hook and ladder. It's the only play that really works unless you're Christian Laettner against Kentucky.
Right.
Otherwise, unless you're Christian Laettner against Kentucky, that is the play you run with 1.5 seconds left. And after Doug makes that first free throw, Penny Hardaway should have called a timeout.
Yes.
Gotten his team together and said, hey, Doug, if you make it, cool. I think you should miss it. Even if Penny wants to give Doug the decision on the fly, miss your call. But if you make it, Doug, this is how we're going to defend this play. Now we're on the same page. Let's do it. Let's defend. Make, great. Miss, what, cool. Like, we're going to probably win this game anyway. It reminded me so much, I guess, the kind of the reverse, because Doug made the free throw. But we all remember Darius Washington missing those three free throws against Louisville. Obviously didn't lead to a Louisville game winner, but we know the magnitude of those Darius Washington missed free throws. It reminded me of that, man. It's like Darius, didn't he wink to the bench after he I think he made the first one, then he winked to the bench or something. Yeah, then didn't Cal call timeout? I don't know. I'm in the heat of the moment of everything. But that's what it reminded me of. Yeah. Just better late game management from Penny was needed in that moment. He needed to call a timeout after Doug made that first free throw.
We got a ball knower. We got a ball knower in the chat. You have to miss the second free throw. Why was Ashton guarding the out of bounds play? Get back, and you got 5 against 4. Majok. Why wasn't Majok in for length?
Kenny, I said that to you, Kenny.
I know. You're like,
Melvin.
Why is Simon?
I got you. Melvin, I got you. I said the same thing to Kenny. I'm like, what? Put Simon Majok in to guard the ball. He's 7 foot a million with a wingspan that could stretch the length of the Bahamas. So have Majok on the ball. Again, it's not rocket science. It's not that complicated. And it just wasn't executed properly. And again, I love Penny. We all we love Penny Hardaway. We said after the last show, he is still the best guy for this job. But we are not going to shy away from criticism when it's deserved. Penny Hardaway deserves criticism after this loss. No question. It was handled poorly from a coaching standpoint.
Absolutely.
Interesting tidbit from John Martin via X/Twitter. Memphis is now 1-4 for the first time since 1996-97. They finished 16-15 that season, and that was Larry Finch's last year as Memphis' coach.
Don't do that. John Martin, don't do that, John Martin.
John Martin, don't start. I'm not alluding that or endorsing that or anything.
I said John Martin, not Roman Cleary. I said John Martin. I know what John Martin's trying to do. John Martin, I know you're watching. Shout out, friend of the program. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, holy moly. Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of
it's so frustrating that we are sitting here lamenting a loss that was clearly snatching defeat from the hands of victory,
from the jaws of victory,
the jaws of victory. Yep. When we could be talking about, listen, bro, we got some good things to talk about with this Tigers team. Doug McDaniel played his ass off these last 2 games. He has been awesome. In the middle of massive cramps last night, kept fighting. He was the one guy. He was the point guard. I said it on Twitter. He's having a Tyrese Hunter Maui-esque shooting exhibition.
And he played 36 minutes after cramping basically the whole game against Purdue. And it's a back-to-back. The back-to-backs don't happen in college basketball at all besides these tournaments. And so for Doug to come to play this game at the level that he did, insane, incredibly impressive from Doug McDaniel, no question.
We have a reemergence of Zach Davis, who I myself individually, Kenny Stubblefield, wrote him off after the UNLV game. It was like, he's unplayable. You cannot play him. He has reemerged to be a guy who gives the Tigers an added level of gravity out there on the floor. Now, super low IQ play at the end of the game tonight, but I thought you saw some things out of him. You saw the defender that he is. You saw his shot is actually starting to come back. He's taking the ball aggressive to the bucket. Like, he's doing some good things. The Tigers might actually have found another big man in William Wharton. Like, that guy played 2 games in the Baha Mar Tournament and looked very good. And we talk about comparisons. Let me just tell you, the way that he's able to get off the floor, the way that he's able to the spring in his legs, I got some crazy flashbacks, like deja vu of our guy. Oh my gosh, his name was just in my head. DJ Steffens.
Yep.
Like, I got some major flashbacks from that.
Yeah, I mean, DJ's definitely one of the best athletes I've ever seen wear a Tiger uniform. But in terms of Wharton's pure bounce, he's got ups, man. That reverse alley-oop that he did tonight was easy reverse alley-oop. And he also he did a good job on the glass. How many rebounds he had? Let me pull up his box score. 6 rebounds in 18 minutes. He led the team in rebounds, and he only played 18 minutes. That's impressive. Like, he really showed effort on the glass. And I said this in the Discord, maybe to y'all as well, but I thought William Wharton did a good job guarding players on the perimeter. I think he moves his feet very well for a big. He did a good job walling people up and allowed Majok to recover, get that big block, as y'all remember.
Yes.
That was Wharton switching on the perimeter, walling up against the guard, and allowing Majok to recover from the help side and swat that shit out of there. Wharton is a solid player, man.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Wharton probably doesn't even get this opportunity if Aaron Bradshaw can just stay on the floor. But
or if Scylla is in the Bahamas, right?
Yeah, or Scylla's there, or Hazanagul Akeem's there, right? Bradshaw fouled out for the 2nd time in a row, 3rd time in 5 games. He gets 3 points.
We're not talking about Aaron Bradshaw. I'm sorry.
3 points and a rebound in 8 minutes.
That's all he gets. That's all he gets for the episode, because that's all he gave for the Tigers in these 2 games. That's all he gets. I'm not talking about Aaron Bradshaw. I'm sorry, bro.
You just refuse?
I refuse. What are we going to talk about? What's there to talk about?
He sucks.
Stop fouling. He sucks. He stopped fouling. Like, sorry, I know Roman probably needs to go off camera because he's going to see these guys in the next couple of days, and they're probably going to get yelled at by him. But he's just not a good basketball player. Like, he can't stop fouling. He makes a phenomenal play of the year for him in the first 5 games of the season, where he catches that ball and takes it up strongest to and one. Like, play of the year for him, because he
wasn't 20 seconds later,
and then literally
less than 18 seconds later,
0.2 seconds later, he gets hit in the chest and just and fouls. Like,
you know it's bad. I take game notes, as I'm sure Roman does, and Kenny, you'll probably do too. You know it's bad when in my game notes I put in all exclamation marks, Aaron Bradshaw got a rebound, because it was such a big deal to me. I was like, oh my God, he got a board. He actually grabbed a ball that came off of the rim and he brought it down and had control. He got a rebound, and that was the only one he had tonight. Just, again, nothing from him on the glass, nothing from him defensively, nothing from him offensively, and just a bunch of fouls. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's the point of him on the floor.
So, shout out, Penny's got another
paying
option.
him a lot of money. That's the point of him being on the floor.
Yeah, that's
paying him a lot of money, and they have to try to play him.
Hell no. Screw that. That's silly. That dude.
It's the reality though, Kenny.
Listen, I get it. Screw that. Like, if you can't give me more than 8 minutes, 1 shot, 1 rebound, and five fouls in 8 minutes, Francis.
I could have done that. You want me to run out there and play 8 minutes? I can commit 5 fouls and probably get 1 rebound. Like, I can get lucky with a board.
Wow.
Maybe jack up a 3 from wherever. I can do that.
I just and that's the sad part is, it is literally, there are so many good things that we could have talked about tonight. Like we were super. It's not even that they lost. I mean, it's not even that. Like we were really happy with the way they played against Purdue, the number 1 team in the country. Will probably be Elite 8, Final 4 type team. Just an incredible team. They played well. They fought hard. Literally, all it came down to was that Purdue just made shots at the end and Memphis missed shots. And guess what? That's basketball. That happens, right? But tonight is just, it's so aggravating that we literally have so many good things we could talk about. This box score looks awesome in a lot of ways. There's a lot of things we could talk about that are really good for this Tigers team. And yet it's all because of the final 4 possessions. We're sitting here going, bro, we're not, all this whole thing is bad. It's all bad.
Yeah. Well, I gotta ask Joel, what are your thoughts on Sincere playing 2 minutes?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up in just a second.
Yeah.
He's the best scorer on the team, and he plays what, 3 minutes?
2 minutes.
2.
It was 2. I thought I saw 3. Yeah. Stat broadcast says 3, but what do I know?
Maybe 2 minutes and 35 seconds.
ESPN says 2, but I mean, whatever. Either way,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Point being is that he was barely on the floor. For what reason exactly?
I mean, beats me, man.
I watch these games. I cover this team. I've seen the majority of them in person, and I just don't think the defense can obviously be better on his part, but is it really that bad to the point where
no,
it's not worth having his scoring prowess on the floor?
No, his defense. There's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, and that is what it is. It happens, and you hate that it happens in the middle of the non-conference schedule where you need that scoring punch. But there's no other reason outside of some injury that we don't know about or some disciplinary thing that we don't know about. But it's not his defense. Like,
yeah, well,
he might not be
anything, so I'm not going to speculate on that. But
yeah, I mean. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's just that's the only explanation, right? But like, his defense is not great, but his defense is. We were talking about in the group chat during the game. His defense doesn't stand out to me as, oh my gosh, like he's like you cannot play him.
Right, right. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
And what you still get from him offensively is still more valuable, without a shadow of a doubt.
Like, I don't think his defense is better or worse than, say, like PJ Haggerty or something, someone like that last year.
Great. Right? That's a great.
Well,
point.
I mean, at least PJ got steals, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. It's not that bad. The point being, Sincere Parker's defense is not so bad that he plays 2 minutes and 35 seconds in a game where, let's see, Curtis Gibbons got hurt and comes out of the game, and Parker doesn't even come in. Like that. Come on. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
I mean, Bedford in foul trouble as well. And still not getting in.
Right. Like, there's got to be something. And I obviously don't know what it is. Don't want to speculate. You're totally right, Roman. But there's just got to be something, because 2 minutes from him is not right.
It's egregious. It's egregious. And if it's on Sincere, if it's something that Sincere's doing, get it together, dude. Like, get your stuff together. If it's a defense thing, Penny can't play him defensively. That doesn't make sense to me at all, Penny, if that's the case. But I don't believe that's the case. I think there's something going on. My thing would be, get it together, Sincere. Like, let's go, man.
And before anyone points to the off-court legal thing with him, like, that's been happening since July, right? Like, before that conversation even starts, I doubt that has anything to do with this. I mean, again, you never know. Perhaps, I mean, again, I'm not going to speculate on that, but it's really doubt it's that.
It will be the conversation. It will be a part of the conversation. You're right. So I'm glad you got out in front of it.
Yeah, like, I feel like that the repercussions from that would have already happened, considering that, again, it's been happening since July.
Right. That's not the way Penny works. Like, that's not the way he works.
Like, I doubt that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
Well, what do y'all think about the minutes distributions tonight? Let's look at this real quick. Ashton Hardaway, 28 minutes. Is that good or enough for him? Or should he get less?
Oh, he should get less.
Yeah, like
Ashton
Hardaway.
Yeah, no, he should not be playing 3/4 of the game.
Okay. No way.
All right,
no way. 5 turnovers. He gets the ball, and every time he puts the ball on the floor, I get scared. I really do. I get scared. I get scared and nervous every time Ashton Hardaway puts the ball on the floor. Is he a good shooter? Yes. Can he, if he's in the mid-range, and can he create a shot from there? Sure. But every time Ashton Hardaway puts the basketball on the floor to dribble, it's scaring the hell out of me. He should not play 28 minutes. 5 turnovers? No.
It's so weird because, like, in Oxford, Ashton looked like this completely new player. He looked like a genuinely athletic, dynamic wing scorer that can really make a difference. But since then, he's gone right back to the norm of sit in the corner, and if you don't have an open three, you have nothing with him. It's unfortunate for him that it's gone that way, but that just seems to be the reality. And as the comment right there from Timo alludes to, he doesn't provide nearly enough defensively to offset that.
Is his defense bad enough to lose minutes?
Yes.
Like we're speculating that Sincere Parker's defense
I think his offense is bad enough to lose minutes.
No, last thing I'll say about Ashton, then you can move on, Kenny. Just one more thing. Ashton did hit a
man.
Please
stop, dude.
Ashton did hit.
I don't know how many times I have to say this on this network. Penny Hardaway is not getting fired. He's not getting fired. He's not getting fired. He's not getting fired. It's not happening in a million years. Unless the season completely unravels and the team wins single-digit games, it's not even going to be a conversation.
I agree. We're not talking about that here. He's not getting fired. The last thing I want to say about Ashton before we move on to other players. Ashton hits the three, and I'm forgetting exactly when, but later in the game, it was a pretty big three, late shot clock three from Ashton on the left wing. And it was Doug just fires to Ashton. Ashton just no conscious, lets it fly, has his feet set, quick release, and it's cash. Like I'm not the shooter of Ashton Hardaway, but I know that feeling when you let one go and you're like, oh yeah, I made that. And Ashton, I know he let that go. It's like, all right, that's cash. And whenever Ashton has he's the type of shooter where if you contest on Ashton, he probably will make it. But if you leave Ashton wide open, he'll probably miss, because it's like if he's wide open, his shot is too slow. It's not fluid. But when he's contested, he has to release it very cleanly. And it's like I'm curious what his percentage on contested 3-pointers are, because my guess is that it's higher than when he's left wide open.
More than likely.
I'm dead serious. But
he is a good tough shot maker, but it's everything else that he's not great at, right?
Yeah, he went 2 for 6 from 3, and I feel like all of his misses were when he was wide open. Just wide open.
Yeah. And
it happens all the time. We've watched enough Ashton Hardaway basketball to know that. It's weird. He misses open threes, hits the contested ones. It's super, super weird. Sorry, Kenny. Go ahead.
All right, let's go. I'm not mentioning the other guy.
Kenny brings up an interesting point here. Is the American bad enough to save this team?
Well, let's go. Hold on. We'll save that for later. Let's talk about that later. Shout out to Teddy. Teddy's been dropping some good comments in the comment section, so we'll get to that. All right, let's go. I'm not talking about the 4 in the starting lineup. I'm not talking about him. Let's go Simon Majok. He got 22 minutes tonight. He had 5 rebounds, no points. He took 0 shots. Good Lord. And he had 2 personal fouls. Should Simon Majok had gotten more than should he get more than 22 minutes a game?
I'm okay with the amount he played.
Do they have a choice right now?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean,
do they? I don't. Whether he should or not, does it matter? Because I don't know if Memphis has a choice.
Yeah.
I like 22 minutes for Majok. I wish he were more impactful offensively. They didn't really find him whenever he rolled to the basket. He does a solid job on the glass. He got that 1 block. I thought Majok did decently in terms of interior defense. Thankfully, at least he doesn't foul a ton. At least he doesn't foul unnecessarily, and which is impressive for a guy that tall and that long to at least not commit stupid fouls when you have Aaron Bradshaw, Zach Davis, even Thedford. Bedford's been a solid player, but he also commits really dumb fouls. At least Majok doesn't commit dumb fouls, at least.
Yeah, so Meeks is asking what were those numbers again? 0 points, 5 rebounds, he had 3 turnovers, 1 block, and only 2 personal fouls in the game. Not a great game for Simon Majok, but he still his activity on the defensive end of the floor is helpful, right? Like it's helpful. Doug McDaniel got 36 minutes. I think he's going to have to play as much as you can possibly play him, right? Like he's got to be on the court at all times. Like
he pretty much already is, right?
He already is, right?
Yeah, he already is.
36 minutes in a 40-minute game. That's insane.
Yeah. All right, Zach Davis, 24 minutes, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 turnovers, and 3 fouls.
At this point, he's probably got to be a 30-minute guy. If he keeps on playing the way, he's playing, he probably has to be.
Yeah.
Because Zach Davis, unlike Aaron Bradshaw, has seemingly recovered. Right?
He's come out the fog.
Yeah. And
so far,
like Zach Davis was in a very acute, like a very bad position overall, considering how poorly his preseason went behind the scenes, how poorly he played in the exhibitions, and how poorly he played in Memphis' first 3 games. You saw nothing but bad on the court. You were hearing even worse things off of it, and you're thinking, oh wow, is he also a wash? But he seems to have erased that discussion, at least for the time being. And I would say that in the past couple of games, he's been exactly what Memphis is paying him to be, and then some, perhaps.
Yeah, he just needs to be smarter with at the end of the game. But I think he's done some decent things these last 2 games. The Ole Miss UNLV game were just utter debacles for him and Aaron Bradshaw. Zach Davis went 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Timo missed 2 free throws.
Memphis was 11 for 18. That's awful. 61% from the line. Yeah, I mean that's not
missing
good.
Out on 7 free points. It's never good.
No.
William Wharton, 18 minutes, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 5 of them offensive rebounds, and 2 personal fouls.
Yeah. Hey, Robert, believe it or not, these players, like overall, are getting paid more than last year's players were. Memphis spent more on this roster than last year's roster. Now, a lot of that has to do with just the general inflation.
Yeah, that's just the market.
But that is a true statement, singular and alone. Now,
Bro, how bad is this? In the Baha Mar, 10 turnovers, 1 assist in 2 games.
That's what I'm saying. Ashton Hardaway with the ball, with the basketball dribbling, scares the life out of me. Every time he dribbles, it scares me because his handles are not good. Not good, but I've already talked about that.
William Wharton, I like what I saw out of him these last 2 games.
Loved it. And I think a better comparison just off of the 18 minutes that I watched of William Wharton, a better comparison for me, at least athletically, is Brandon Clark than DJ Steffens. He reminded me a lot of Brandon Clark athletically, obviously not offensively. BC had an insane touch around the rim, one of the most efficient players in the history of college basketball, no question. But athletically, activity on the glass, activity on defense, reminded me a lot of Brandon Clark, especially how switchable Wharton looked. Again, it's 1 game, just 18 minutes, but Wharton looked really switchable on the defensive side. And we all know how valuable it is to be switchable as a big. He showed it. So, yeah, great minutes from him.
All right, Targ Ingram, 16 minutes, 1 point. Dude, can we just go through these front court players? 1 point for Tarek, 3 points for Aaron, 0 points for Simon. Who else? William Wharton had 4 points. That is 8 points total in the front court tonight.
I mean, it's really not all that astonishing if you really think about it, because we knew heading into the year that the front court wasn't great. And through 4 games, it showed itself to be downright bad. And now that just continued against Wake Forest.
Yeah. Tark, I think, needs more minutes. I think he needs more minutes. I think he needs to play more, honestly, because he provides a level of size and physicality that I'm really tired of seeing our bigs fall to the ground like they've been shot by a sniper. Like Aaron Bradshaw last night, Simon Majock tonight. Like these guys are so light in the pants. Like I don't get it. Like I want to see my big be able to like take a hit and not fall down like they got shot.
And there was a video clip that I think a Purdue account put out a couple hours after the game that showed that earlier on in the game against Purdue, Bradshaw was tripping Clough during a possession.
Well, that shit happens. So, that happens. Who cares?
You shouldn't deliberately trip players.
Bro,
that is dirty.
Stop it.
So are you okay with tripping and pushing in a basketball game?
Yes. You're going to in the paint. You're gonna fight. Listen. You're going to be
tripping someone on purpose, though,
brother.
Like sticking your leg out and purposely.
I'm not okay with tripping. You shouldn't be okay with tripping.
That is a downright dirty move.
You can't. That's what Grayson Allen. Remember, Grayson Allen did that 4 years ago, and everyone had an uproar. Like, no, tripping intentionally is not okay.
Hey,
but pushing and shoving in the paint.
Guess where Grayson Allen is? Playing for a third contract in the NBA, making millions of dollars. It's fine.
But I still don't think you should be okay with intentionally tripping. But in terms of shoving, all that stuff, that's fair game in the post as a big. That's 1,000,000% like fair game.
Tripping's a foul in football.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're playing basketball, if you're a big in the game of basketball and you're running down the middle of the court, you are going to get crushed every time you come down the middle of the court. Like you were taught that. Like if you're on defense and you've got a big man running down the middle of the court, unimpinged or whatever the word is, you're going to unimpeded. You are going to crush them. It's exactly what Clough did.
No, that's fine. I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that. Tripping,
and it sounds like Clough was doing that maybe in retaliation for being intentionally tripped earlier.
Yeah, that too.
Thank you. And the post, do you know what, Matt? I'm not even going to. The things I used to do in the post to offensive players is not nice. Like it is ugly.
Sure. Now look, point being, the bigs have to play bigger. There's no argument about that. They have to play bigger, which is why Majock and I tweeted this out that Majock and Warren are right now the two best bigs because they actually play to their size. Ingram is a big guy, but he doesn't have a post back at all. The highlights that we saw from him when he transferred to Memphis, when he was coming out of Ryder, people are like, oh, he's going to be a mini Dane Danger. Bro, Ingram has right now no back in the post. He doesn't have any go-to moves. He cannot get a shot off. He doesn't hit threes. He's not a threat to score at all. So the only two bigs who actually play big are Wharton and Majock. That's it. Bradshaw plays like he's 6'2", and that might even be a disservice to Doug, as Doug is 5'10". Doug plays bigger than Aaron Bradshaw. That's crazy, but it's true. It's true. And Scylla, well, he just fouls a ton. Like this front court is a problem. It's a problem.
When I used post defense, let me tell you what I used to do in post defense. Obviously you want to have your hands up. You want to have your backhand up. You want to have it up impeding a big wall, right? This hand right here, the front hand, or whichever one was the front hand, this way or this way. This front hand, do you know how many times if a big tried to take a shot against me, this hand or this hand, the front hand would go underneath the rib cage and pull? Like you just it's dirty, bro. Like you get hit. Yeah. It is painful to play in the post. If you're a consistent post player, you're getting ribs checked. It is you got to be tough. You got to be tough.
Yes. Meeks, the answer is yes.
It's not even a question anymore.
Yeah, unequivocally, this is the worst front court he's had.
Like we probably knew that in the preseason, truth be told.
Yeah.
But what we didn't know is it was of how bad it was going to get.
Yeah. And I was even trying to be positive after the San Francisco game with these front court players, man. I tried my best to be positive, and they've sucked the life out of me.
They're scrappy. They're right. They don't give up.
Yeah, they sucked the positivity out of me. It's disappointing.
But the crazy part though is, as bad as they are, they still have Hassan Abdul Hakim that's not played a single minute yet, and I think he's going to add something to the equation in terms of his ability in the post and what he can do defensively and offensively. I think he's going to be a pretty awesome player.
Yeah, and he says he's sick now. So, I mean,
oh Jesus Christ! Is it Jordan Brown sick? Is it Jordan Brown sick?
I wouldn't go that far yet, but Penny said last night after Purdue that the quad bruise is healed, but he's sick now. So he couldn't join the team in Baha Mar, and still, of course, remains out for quote-unquote personal reasons via a Memphis spokesperson. So we have sick and personal reasons.
Well, I'll say this.
Front court players.
The encouraging thing that you can take away from it is they took the number one team down to the wire last night, even with the front court situation that they have. They took the number one team in the country down to the wire, and they just gave the game away against Wake Forest tonight. They were in both of those games. And so that just tells me how good the backcourt has been. Doug McDaniels has been awesome. He's been great the last two games. I was really concerned about what I saw out of him coming out of the UNLV game, but he's been great against Purdue, been great against Wake Forest. Sincere Parker was good until tonight. He didn't play tonight. I don't know what's going on. There's just so many question marks, right?
Let me talk about the Sincere thing again. Let's be clear. It's not just a tonight thing. He hasn't started since the Ole Miss game. And I don't know why he got moved out of his starting lineup. And I bring this up because there was a guy who was in our Tigers Live, Kenny, you might remember, Eric Gruen, who he suggested that Sincere should come off the bench. And we all were like, no, he should not come off the bench. He's too valuable as a starter.
I still agree with that.
I agree that he tweeted at me during the game, said, "Oh, y'all laughing at me when I said Sincere should come off the bench. Look at him now." And I'm like, "Well,
he didn't come off the bench.
Still kind of are, because he shouldn't be coming off the bench.
Start. And then he also still shouldn't come off the bench." But I told Eric I'd give him a shout out. So shout out to you for
Eric.
Tigers Live engaging. But there is like what this is not.
If
it's
you
not
swap
just
Sincere Parker's minutes with Ashton Hardaway's minutes, tonight's game unequivocally goes better for Memphis.
Yeah, it's a win. So let me ask you, and y'all know more than me, and if y'all do, let everyone else know, why at least has Sincere not started? Is it just effort on defense? You know, I know you don't want to speculate, and if you don't know, you don't know, but like he hasn't even started since the Ole Miss game.
The only thing I can tell you on that front is that, you know, Sincere is an interesting character. He's an interesting personality, and you have to handle him a certain way in order to get him to respond and get the most out of him, I guess, from an effort standpoint. Those are just some of the things that I've heard about him over the past few months. So perhaps it's something like that. Perhaps there is some disconnect there. But again, I'd have to make some phone calls to really get that more of a confident statement.
You know, we had conversations when Sincere came to Memphis early on, when he played for McNeese State and didn't start for McNeese State, and didn't play a lot of minutes, but when he was out there was super efficient, and we wondered why, right? Like what is going on here? Like why, if he's so efficient with 20 minutes a game, why is he not getting 36 minutes a game, 37 minutes a game, 38 minutes a game? And maybe we might be finding that out. We might be finding that out right now in real time. So,
yep. But the whys on that for me, I take them into consideration, but I also take it on the flip side. It's like, well, again, Memphis has taken guys before who have these kind of murky reputations, and then turned them into superstars, right? Like Memphis is notorious for doing that under Penny. So whenever it happens, you always end up looking at it from a certain lens of, yeah, he's been this, but Penny knows how to handle these guys better than the average coach does. So perhaps 100%. he can be this. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And I don't really think we have the answer on whether it has or has not with Sincere based off of what we saw.
We got close to 30 more games left, probably a lot more than that. in the season. So the story's not written for Sincere and his time at Memphis. We're only five games in. So it's not like we're sitting here writing the obituary for Sincere Parker's tenure at Memphis already. It is just
Aaron Bradshaw's story isn't even written yet. I mean, perhaps 6 of the 10 chapters are written.
I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about.
He won't acknowledge him.
Well, yeah, I mean, I said the same thing on the last Tigers
He's gonna
Live.
Keep playing, so
yeah, like I said the same thing on the last Tigers Live. Aaron Bradshaw's book isn't written in the Tigers uniform, but at the same time, he's got to at least show us something. You know, I'm willing to give him time. I'm willing to give him patience because I'm willing to do so. But he has to give us something. He hasn't shown since minute 1 on the floor in a Memphis Tigers jersey. He has not gotten better at all. He hasn't gotten better. He's in fact probably gotten worse in a Tigers uniform. And that is unacceptable from a player being paid as much as he's being paid, a player who was a former 5-star McDonald's All-American, a guy who's 7 feet tall. That's unacceptable. So he's got to show us something over these next – dude, if Aaron Bradshaw does not show us anything against Southern Illinois – Southern Illinois. If Bradshaw fouls out again, he has 1 rebound, 3 points. He does this again against Southern Illinois. Then I'm going to throw all of my niceties out the window, and I'm going to say, I'm done. I'm over. It's over. Like, he's got to show us something, anything. Please.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. We have more viewers tonight than we did last night for the Purdue game.
Of course we do, because people like to see meltdowns. They like to.
That is interesting.
People don't sit on a highway and watch cars speed by fluidly and without any kind of incidents, but they will stop and see car crashes, and that's what this is. I feel like we've been relatively tame tonight. This is like a little fender bender.
We've been.
They want
to see races and things like that.
In the green room, it was a 10-car pile up with.
I threw my Kenny. You saw I threw my earphones out of my ears, man. I just threw them out. Like I couldn't. Yeah, like this.
Yeah. Hey,
like Kenny threw the water bottle.
Yeah. He threw.
Yeah, essentially.
What
threw my earphones
further, the water bottle or the AirPods?
Probably the water bottle.
The water bottle.
Yeah, the water bottle. Yeah.
Hey,
I know physically the water bottle probably.
Let's do this. Let's take a break real quick. We're about 50 minutes in, so we're going to be out of here pretty quickly. But let's take a break real quick. Hear from some sponsors. Hear from some of our partners that we have, and then when we come back, let's talk about specifically some of the questions about the American Conference and how terrible it is, and the Tigers, can they win it? Are they still the favorite? This, that, and the third. Let's talk about that when we come back, and then we'll get out of here. Sounds good?
Perfect.
Sure.
Four and 11, 5-game losing streak, 1.5 back of the 10 spot. Is it fixable?
If your thoughts were this team was a what? Before the season started, where did you think that you thought they would be?
Playoff team.
In the top 6 in the Western Conference?
Contending for 6.
See, my thoughts were they were a 7 to 10 team. Too many unknowns. Told you it was an if year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of ifs.
If these things happen, we can be like, "Ooh, it's fun." But it's a lot of them ifs.
Yeah.
That have to happen, and a lot of those ifs are not happening. Not much needs to be salvaged to be where I thought that this team was going to be anyway. I think the playing better is good. It's about fourth quarter basketball.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Some games define a season, but the Egg Bowl defines a state. It's not just a game. It's bragging rights, family lines, and hatred that few rivalries can match. Forget records and rankings. In this game,
unsportsmanlike conduct on all players from both teams.
The tradition is chaos, and this year could be the most yet. Mississippi State has something we haven't seen in years, a bite behind their bark. Starkville believes again, and the Cowbells will be out in force. Across the field, Ole Miss comes to town with everything to play for, but that's not what we're talking about. Lane Kiffin's dramatics hang like a dark cloud over Oxford. The Rebs have dodged distractions before, but never with this much on the line. This year's Egg Bowl promises to be crazy. It's for postseason positioning, state supremacy, and an opportunity to play spoiler like never before. What will be the story this year? The only guarantee in this game is chaos, and Grind City Brewing is your home for every single second.
What's going on? Welcome back to Tigers Live. That's cool. Y'all going to do a live watch party for the Egg Bowl? That's going to be sick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's caused major that ad, by the way, has shout out to Grind City Brewing, our college football media partners. They're great. We're turning there. If you haven't been to Grind City Brewing, you've got to get down there. It's such a dope spot for college football Saturdays. We do a live show there. From the patio at Grind City Brewing. Going to be a ton of fun. We're doing it on Friday instead of Saturday on the 28th. We're doing it a Black Friday event for the Egg Bowl. And it's caused major dissension amongst the ranks in BCM because you've got a Mississippi State grad in Rusty Witten who he did the voiceover for that.
Yes.
And his co-host, his best friend, is Drew Gann, who's an Ole Miss guy. And so Drew is pissed. It's terrible. He hates that ad. He protests every time it comes on. Even the ad is in maroon. It's crazy. It's ugly. It's ugly.
Where does the name Egg Bowl come from? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
That we can find out. I got the Googles. Let me find out.
Yeah, I'm sure someone in the comments.
Because I'll be honest, in and of itself, it's an extremely dumb rivalry game name.
Hey, shout out to you, man. That's a hot take.
Like it's dumb. Egg Bowl.
Egg Bowl. I mean,
Memphis UAB has a better name than that.
Hey, you better be careful, man. Rusty might come in here and take all your shows away from you if you're not careful. He's gonna be mad at you for saying that.
No, you won't let him do that.
Someone in the comments probably knows. Let us know if you know why it's called the Egg Bowl. No, that's cool. Y'all definitely show up to that. It's gonna be a great time, great watch party. So let's go back to tonight. This game for the Tigers.
Are you ready to hear this? Hold on. I found what it is. All right. So in 1979, sports editor Tom Patterson coined that game, the rivalry game between Mississippi State and Ole Miss, as the Egg Bowl to describe the game when neither team was bowl eligible for a postseason bowl game. So it's just basically just laying an egg bowl.
Crazy.
So wow.
Cool? Anyway,
come on, man.
Wow.
At least give me something like some chickens randomly hatch their eggs at one of the games or something like that.
Egg Bowl equals 2 loser-ass teams.
So the name is literally about both programs being pathetic. That's what the name is centered around. Obviously, Ole Miss is a great team today, but that's what the name originates from.
Potentially without a coach.
Oh, that's a different topic. Different topic. Different topic. Let's stay on these Tigers because there, as you said, Kenny, there were a lot of people in the comments trying to ask us fair questions about Memphis's outlook in the American. Now, this is how wild is it, gentlemen, that we are still how many games left in this non-conference? Roman, you probably know off the top of your head. How many games are left in the non-con?
Oh, well, I mean, do you count Utah State in February?
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
Because in that case, you have 8.
7 until conference play, right?
Yep, 7 until North Texas on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just make this point that we can talk about the American outlook. It's pretty wild that we are at this stage in the season, and I think we all agree.
Going to have Thanksgiving off this year, just as a side note.
So very true. Very true. But it's wild that we're at this point of the season and we're already like, all right, let's just get to the conference. Like, there's no real hope about this non-conference schedule. Last year, remember where we were last year? We were like, oh yeah, Memphis in the non-con, beating Clemson, beating UConn. We're all riding high. I remember Tigers Live last year. I was like, no one's going to be able to bring me down. Like, I am all in on this team, baby. And then now it's the exact opposite. We're now barely into the season and we're all like, all right, can they win the conference? What about the American? Can they get an at-large? Probably not. Like, this is now where we're at, guys. This is it.
But I will say, if there is a year to not be able to get an at-large bid, this is probably the year, because number one, as long as you earn a top 2 seed in the American tournament, all you have to do is go to Birmingham and win twice in 2 days. Because you automatically advance to the semifinals. They've adopted the WCC-like format, the same one that they do with Gonzaga and St. Mary's every year. The Americans basically doing the same thing with Memphis and whoever the second team is each year. There isn't really an established one like there is in the WCC. And secondly, the American is as bad as ever. To answer the basic question, can Memphis still win the conference after starting 1-4? The answer is absolutely yes. As it probably is from the American standpoint, the answer is absolutely yes. Memphis is ranked 9th. The American Conference is ranked 9th in the country compared to other conferences. That's below leagues like the A10, the WCC, the Mountain West. They were ranked below the Missouri Valley at one point last year. It'll likely get to that point again at some point this year. Just knowing how preposterously bad this league can be. You have Memphis at 76 in KenPom. You have South Florida at 77th. And you have Wichita State at 94th. Those are the only top 100 teams in the league.
It's not good.
It's not good. Let me bring up, where's this comment? I just saw it. Teddy Jackson said, read the American scoreboard for tonight. I will happily do so. Utah State beat Tulane 96-75. That's who Memphis plays in February. Appalachian State college basketball blue blood beat Charlotte 65-63. Charleston Southern, another college basketball blue blood. They beat East Carolina 77-65. UAB, they did beat South Alabama by 8. Good for them. Tulsa beat Austin P 84-75. Those were the games tonight. The games yesterday, Florida Atlantic beat Pacific by 23. So good for Florida Atlantic, I guess. And then Rice loses to a team that I think could really go deep in March this year. Tarleton State, ladies and gentlemen. If you've never heard of Tarleton State, you should look out for them now, because look at them. What a team. So North Texas beat Central Arkansas.
They beat Army in football at the beginning of the year this year. Beat Army in football.
Let's go.
Now they're knocking off the mighty Rice Owls in basketball.
The mighty Rice Owls. Yeah, North Texas beat Central Arkansas. Good for them.
Rice beat Memphis at FedEx Forum just 2 years ago. Remember?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I guess
Rice is legit, man, and you got Tarleton State going in there and crushing it.
Yep. So that's the American.
Tarleton State is on the rise, bro.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess Tarleton State is in Texas because their mascot
Texas.
is the Texans. So. Yeah. Thanks, Roman, for those bad memories. Hey, screw you, dude. I think clearly the Tigers can win the American. I think they can win the regular season and the conference. They played well these last 2 games. They just lost in the end, right? Like they lost in real basketball ways against Purdue. Purdue just made some shots and Memphis didn't. And they gave it away tonight against Wake Forest.
Yep. So they ran the gamut, the full spectrum of losses. They ran them in the past 2 games.
But they still played well. They played well these last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, there are still positives to take away. It's what you said, Kenny, before. It just sucks that we have to do this show under these pretenses, because what we should be doing is talking about a positive experience coming out of the Bahamas. That's what we should be doing, but that's not what we are because of them absolutely shitting the bed in the last 1.5 seconds of the game. The last 8 seconds, the Zach Davis thing. So it lasts 8.6 of the game.
Yeah, like Zach Davis makes an incredible play to go get that offensive rebound after missing the three, only to foolishly put up the layup. Like, that's the more egregious one to me. Yeah. I mean, Doug missing that free throw, that is what it is. Honestly, that's probably more on Penny than it is Doug, because like you have every opportunity to tell your guy, hey, miss the second free throw if you make.
You had 2 timeouts, Roman. You had 2 timeouts. You could have called back to back timeouts and been like, let's get this together right now. You know,
I know, you're used to trying to put it back, right? Because that's what you do for 39 minutes. That's what you do for 39 minutes. Yeah. But in that last minute, when you're up, the other team has no timeouts. You're trying to hold on to the lead. Yeah. Those are just the high IQ, critical thinking plays that you have to make in order to win these tough games. And Memphis has shown a clear inability to do that thus far. And that is perhaps the most alarming thing about this team. They didn't have much of a reputation with winning at their previous spots. Since your Parker had made the tournament, Zach Davis had made it once. Aaron Bradshaw was a bench warmer on a Kentucky team that made it 2 years ago. But beyond that,
was terrible.
But beyond that, just not a lot of experienced winners with this group.
Yep.
Especially with your best player in Doug McDaniel.
No, I think that's
we're seeing that manifest itself with this team's struggles in closing out and making winning plays against tough opponents. And
I think that's a really good point. I think that's a great point, Roman, because not winning is a habit. It's a habit when it has to be instilled in you. And I think Penny Hardaway can only do so much with a brand new roster with a bunch of players who are not used to winning. And it's going to take time for them to make winning a habit, and that's what I want to see over these next few games. Should they beat Southern Illinois? Of course. Should they beat New Orleans? Yes. But I want to see them win with some actual force. Yeah. I want these to be blowouts, and I will not be happy with anything less than a blowout over these next 2 games, especially against Southern Illinois. I know New Orleans at least beat Tulane, but like anything less than blowouts against these 2 teams would not make me satisfied. What do y'all think?
Yeah, no, you got to go in there and wreck shit and take care of business, right? That's what you got to do. Like, Southern Illinois should be a 20-point final, at least.
Easy.
Like you should see this team coming in, quite frankly, ticked off after the way that the UNLV game went. For them to respond to that and still end up coming up short, especially in this game where they had it won against a top 50 KenPom opponent, would have been a borderline quad 1 win probably throughout the entire season. But they've lost that, and their backs are really against the wall at 1-4. Yep. Like, this season, at least this non-conference schedule can go to the wayside very, very quickly. You can argue that it already has. And if anything, you just have to stop the fall, right? You have to stabilize yourself, and that's what these next 2 bye games are really going to be about.
Bro, this is crazy. Purdue is apparently killing Tech right now. I haven't seen the score.
Yeah, they're up 17.
Come on, man.
In the first, they're up 17.
Come on.
No.
I'm telling you, I take that as a positive for this Tigers team. I do. I'm taking that as a positive because Texas Tech is good. They got a good team. Anyway, but listen, somebody in the comment section earlier said, Kenny, you're awfully positive tonight. And let me tell you why I'm positive tonight. Number one, because I'm an adult, and I will not allow my my days to be ruined by college students playing a game. I'm joking. I get pissed off too. I'm just joking about that. But I also am excited because tomorrow, guess where I'm going?
Where are you going?
I'm going to go eat some hamburgers at Mugshots Grill and Bar, for real, over at the Carnival restaurant. I'm going to go eat them. They're so good. We were there last night for the watch party. We got to go hang out there with all the good folks there. There was a large contingent of Purdue fans. And then on the other side of the glass by the bar where all the alcoholic drinks are were the Tiger fans. and they stayed away from each other. They wouldn't.
I thought you were going to call them. I thought you were going to call them. That's where the alcoholics were. I thought you were going to stop your sentence.
No, all the Tiger fans were over by the bar.
There you go.
And all the Purdue fans were in the restaurant eating the food. They wouldn't commingle together. There was too much volatility in the room. But we had a great time. Tigers Live went live from there. Francis joined us on the show. We had a great time over there. I ate a fantastic peanut butter burger. I'm getting I'm going to get the bacon burger tomorrow. That's phenomenal. But Mugshots is a proud sponsor, proud partner of Tigers Live and Bluff City Media. It is the Mugshots Grill and Bar is the South's premier sports grill and bar with 2 locations in the Mid-South, 6400 Goodman Road in Olive Branch and 656 West Poplar Avenue in Collierville, Tennessee, where we will be doing a lot of watch parties throughout the year there. The cool part about Mugshots, man, is like you go into some sports bars and sometimes they can be kind of stuffy. They can be kind of just lame. They're not a lot of fun. That is not Mugshots. Mugshots is the food is awesome. But the environment is super friendly. The servers, the bar staff, everybody there, incredibly friendly, conducive to just come in and just have it, like let your hair down and cheer on your favorite sports teams. Mugshots isn't stuffy. It's laughter, it's high fives, it's big burgers and good company. Check out www.mugshotsgrillandbar.com and check out the menu. And you can also, if you want a burger, but you don't want to go to the restaurant, you can also order online there and have it delivered to you. Phenomenal place. Shout out to Mugshots Grill and Bar.
Yeah, no, I ate there for the first time last night. I think I heard Rusty say on one of the shows that they import their buns from Texas or somewhere.
Yeah,
and
they're good.
Yeah, no, you can definitely tell
they're really good.
The bun quality, particularly
the bun quality.
And let me tell you
something else.
If there's one thing I know about Memphis, we like our buns. Quality
buns.
Roman, I love you, man.
And obviously, I mean the bread in that instance.
Oh,
gotcha.
The bread in that instance.
I thought you meant something else. My bad.
Just to clarify. Trust me. I mean that the other buns are great too, but I mean the bread in that instance.
Clip that, Kenny. Clip that. Clip it. That's an ad.
What am I doing?
Tigers Live. Kenny, that's a Tigers Live ad for the whole
That is the
season.
ad for the
entire
year. For the entire year, Kenny. Clip it. It's over. That is the only ad for every commercial break for this show.
Yes,
We've done it. What's the ladies and gentlemen, we got them.
We got them.
We got
ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got them.
We got them. Incredible. Roman, I love you, man. It's just I know you said last time, like, what? How do I sound like a robot? When you say stuff like that, bro, it's just so funny. That was awesome. That just made my night. That made me so happy. Honestly, it made me so happy.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What makes me sound like a robot?
Oh my God, that made me so happy. Kenny, you've got to send me that burger, man. You got to send me that peanut butter burger so I can give that a try, dog. Freeze it, send it over.
All I know is when you come into town, we're going to Mugshots and we're going to do we're going to do a Tigers Live experience there. It'll be fun.
No question. Yes, I agree. Teddy, on that note, good night. I agree. Kenny, Roman, thank y'all always. This loss sucked. There's no question about that. But now all they can do now is move on. They now got Southern Illinois at home. Let me get this date pulled up. They got Southern Illinois at home on the 26th. So let's hope the Tigers can get a real win where they never let their foot off the gas. They take it to Southern Illinois and they can build some momentum as they move forward. That's the hope. But Kenny, Roman, thank y'all so much as always. To everybody in the comment section, thank y'all.
1,014 people in the show tonight. Shout out to y'all for real.
Shout out all of y'all for rocking with Tigers Live. All the support y'all have given us. Y'all are the best. Everybody in the comment section, thank y'all as always. Kenny, Roman, y'all are the best. I'm Francis Carlotta. We'll see y'all next time.
Thank you for watching this episode of Tigers Live. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.